it's Megan. I'm here. I'm gonna try to make a YouTube video. I haven't made one in like over half of a year. Also, I cut my hair off. What do you think? Today, it's just a simple little video. I just want to talk about Midwest Gaming Classic. I just got back from the convention. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. I got to meet some really cool creator friends, community members, and I got to pick up some really fun games. I'm very excited about it. If you don't know what Midwest Gaming Classic is, it is a retro game convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a lot of fun. They have this really big vendor hall where there's a lot of people selling games, game consoles, all kinds of really cool things. There's also artists selling creations inspired by games. There were a lot of plushies. It's very cute. There's also this really cool room. It's like a video game history museum with a lot of different consoles and stuff. It's really cool. I got to play Philips CDI one year. I played Hotel Mario, and I got to play the Virtual Boy, which was the first time I ever got to play one of those. I played that Mario tennis game. It was really fun. That's actually my favorite part of it. And there's this really cool World of Nintendo museum. It's all displayed as a retro game store. Like when you would go to stores and you would see the closed cabinets with all the Nintendo games in boxes, like all lined up. They have some demos that you can play there, some little gaming kiosks. They have a little Game Boy setup. It's really fun. That I also really enjoyed. There's also a lot of creators there, retro game enthusiasts who are doing book signings or panels and such. It is one of my favorite conventions to go to. It is really fun. I want to show you what I got. So I had this whole list of games that I wanted to see at the game convention. The reason I made this list really large is because in the past, I've had like a really small list. Like one year I went, I was like, I want to find Harvest Moon Story of Seasons games. And that's all I cared about finding. I didn't find any. So I left the game convention with not very much in hand. And I was a little bummed because it only comes once a year. So this year I had a giant list. It had so many games on it. Do I have it somewhere? Let me see if I have it. I ended up just going into the convention with the mindset of if I see something I want, I'm gonna buy it. And I think that was a much more enjoyable experience shopping for retro games than going there with like a specific small list. I got myself a lot of Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64 games, and I got a little PS1 game that I'm excited to show. So as a kid, I played a lot of the Mario sports games. If there was a Mario in it, I would play it. I was obsessed. I mean, I still am, but I was obsessed with Mario. He was my favorite character. It was my favorite game series. So I've been on the hunt for these two for quite some time, which is Mario Tennis and Mario Golf. Mario Tennis, I like a little bit more. I'm a lot better at like the tennis controls and aspect of the game. Mario Golf, I played very recently on the Nintendo Switch Online. I was terrible at it. I was so bad. I think you have a limit of how many swings you get on a course, and I exceeded that multiple times. Mario Tennis, I'm excited to have because I had this one as a kid, and I do not anymore, so I'm very excited to reconnect with this and play it. Another Nintendo 64 game that I've been obsessed with, to the point where like it's kind of a hyper fixation right now. I'm excited because I finally found it, and I've seen it multiple times, and I've like passed on it every time. I don't know what it is. Is anyone else like, you'll see a game that you want and you've been searching for, but you're like, I don't want to get it. It doesn't feel like the right time. I got it finally at the game convention, and I'm very excited to say that I now own Glover. I have never played this one really myself. All right, so this is the big Nintendo 64 get, and this is one I've been looking for a while. This one also wasn't on my list that I took to Midwest Gaming Classic because it's kind of a more expensive one, and it is probably the one that I spent the most money on at the convention, but it is the one I'm the most excited about because I played this game a lot, and that is Snowboard Kids. I have the sequel for Snowboard Kids. It's my childhood copy, but I do not have Snowboard Kids 1. So when I saw it at the convention and it was getting close to the end of the convention, I was like, maybe I should pick that up. I will say the cart was incredibly dirty. Like to the point where I had a Q-tip and it was like completely like discolored because of cleaning it. But I'm very excited to finally have this. I played this one a lot with my mom and my brother when we were kids. I'm very excited to finally be able to pick this up and reconnect with it. If you're a Snowboard Kids fan, who do you play as? I like to play as Linda. I don't know. She's just my favorite. I think she's so much fun. I forgot that Nancy wears this like cute little bunny hood in this one. I completely forgot. There's a game that just got a remake, and I've been seeing a lot of people play that remake. And so when I was at the convention and I saw the original, I decided to pick it up, and I'm really excited. I got Karak. First of all, I didn't know how cute this was. Look how cute that disc is. He's so adorable. But yeah, I saw this. It wasn't too expensive. I did almost get a couple of other games like Metal Gear Solid 2. I chose to pass on that because I couldn't remember which version of that to get. My experience with Croc, I don't think I played it as a kid. I think it'll be a completely new experience for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. The final console that I got games for that I was actually really surprised they had so many of the games that are on my wish list there is the Game Boy Advance. I'm really excited about these because I've gotten a game that I really wanted, and I feel like I got it for a pretty good price with the condition of how the label is and everything, and I'm excited. The first game I'm going to show off is the Flintstones, Big Trouble in Bedrock. And this is a really exciting game because this reminds me of like the little platformers that are like on Super Nintendo and Genesis that we would play that were like licensed, like the Looney Tunes, the Disney games and things. It looks very fun. I'm very excited to play it. And then I had this game on my wish list for a while and I kept looking for one on eBay and the labels were just all really bad. So I'm very excited to say that I have a copy of Four Swords Adventures and a Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance. Every single copy that like was around the same price range that I paid for this, the labels were in terrible shape. They were like faded or they had like black marker or like pen written on them. So I'm very excited because I feel like this one is in perfect condition. I'm excited because I've been wanting this game. I want to try to 100% A Link to the Past this year. And then there's a series that I'm really excited to get into for the Game Boy Advance. Not necessarily a game series, let me first say. It's like a series of games that are not related to each other than when they came out. And that is the NES Classic series. So while I was there, very excited to find The Legend of Zelda and The Legend of Zelda 2. I have to confess, as a Zelda fan, I've actually never played either of these games. I'm very excited to, though. Also, something that I thought was really cool about this is the cards are different colors. They like resemble the NES cart, and I think that is really cool. And then the final game on Game Boy Advance, one that I've been wanting for a while since I played a game in the series last year. That is, oh, I spoiled it, Metroid Zero Mission. I'm really excited to find this one. I played Super Metroid for the first time last year, and it was probably my favorite game that I played last year. I really enjoyed it. It was very different from anything I'd ever played before. I decided to play it because some friends had spoken really highly about it. I've heard a lot of really good things about Zero Mission specifically. I don't know if I'm going to play Zero Mission before Fusion, but I'm excited. I really, really liked Super Metroid, so I can't wait to play more. And then the next games that I'm going to show, I didn't actually get from Midwest Gaming Classic, but I got from my local retro store. I went there shortly afterwards because I had a little bit of extra budget and I really want to get my GameCube fixed. This is another platformer that looks like the games that like we played as kids on Super Nintendo and Genesis. This is Garfield and His 9 Lives. Very excited. Do you all remember a Garfield game on Genesis? I don't know. What is it called? Garfield Caught in the Act is a 1995 side-scrolling platform game developed and published by Sega for the Genesis and Game Gear. Do y'all remember Garfield Caught in the Act? I watched someone stream this recently, and I think it unlocked a memory. I'm pretty sure I played that game a lot as a kid. I don't know if I got anywhere or got very far or remember anything about the game other than what I like watched, but I remember playing that. I was a huge fan of Garfield when I was a kid, so I'm very excited to have this. The next game was one that I really wanted to try to find at the game convention, but they didn't have it, so I'm excited. I just happened to run into that at the game store, and that is Wario Land 4. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. I've actually not played any of the Wario Land games other than, does the one on GameCube count? What is that game called? Wario World. Does Wario World count as a Wario Land game? That's the one that I played a little bit when I was a kid. I miss that game. I want to get it now, but it's kind of expensive. But Wario Land 4 Game Boy Advance, I've heard a lot of really good things about. Also, the label is so cute and green. It reminds me of nature. I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm probably going to play this one really soon. I have one more game, and this is a DS game. This is one that I actually saw at the convention a bunch of times, but I decided not to get it. But they had it in my game store, and I was like, you know, I saw some budget. They have one here that's in really nice shape, and that's Super Mario 64 on the DS. I'm excited. I've never played this one. I watched someone stream this recently. Streaming puts so many games on my backlog. Do you also have that? I watched someone play something like, I need that game. That was me with Croc. That was me with Wario Land 4. That was me with this. That was me with that Garfield game. I see that you can play as Wario, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, which is exciting. I know Luigi has a casino. It's CIB and everything. The manual is in really good shape. And yeah, that's all the games that I've gotten recently. If you picked up games recently, I would love to hear what you've been getting. I don't know what's on my wish list right now. I know I would like to eventually get Super Princess Peach. I think that's probably #1 on my wish list for like Nintendo games I'd like to get. But yeah, that's what I picked up at Midwest Gaming Classic in my retro game store in town here, and I'm excited that I could share that with you all today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping to put out more videos like this in the future, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!